Good afternoon. Welcome to our Student Desk Hangout. My name is Marion O'Connor and I'm from the UCD Graduate Studies Office. Joining me today is Jeremy Britton and Lisa Malloy. The format of the Hangout today is that Jeremy and Lisa will give a quick presentation on the services offered by the Student Desk and how to avail of them. We would like to hear from you, so please ask questions. You can do this by going to the event page and typing your question. You can enter your questions at any time and we will take the question after the presentation. So I'll just hand over to Jeremy now.
Hi, my name is Jeremy. I work on the student desk here in UCD Registry in the Tierney building. We help students with all sorts of queries, so I'm going to lead you through a presentation in a second. This is my colleague.
Hi, I'm Lisa Malloy and I work on the fee payments team. And I'll go through some aspects of the fees later in the presentation.
Okay, we'll just load up the presentation. Okay, so first of all, we'd like to welcome you all to UCD, whether it's your first time here as an incoming graduate or you've been here as an undergrad. Welcome from everyone in registry. I suppose the main point for us at this point is it's all about registration right now, so if you can make sure that you've completed all aspects of your online registration before the first day of lectures, as well as collecting your student card. There's hands-on help for people who require it in the engineering building in room 321, which is on the top floor just at the back of the building there. We have that fully staffed and there's help for anyone who needs help with online registration from 9 AM to 5 PM Monday to Friday. You'll also find a lot of information online, ucd.ie/students/guides. There's a lot of information on there, step-by-step guides in online registration as well as what you need to do once you get here. And if you require academic advice or in relation to what you should be studying, etc., our advice would be to go to the school, the graduate school, or the program office, depending on what you're studying, of course, and they'll be able to help you out there. In relation to online registration information and help on the web, there's a good amount of information. Really, everything you need to know is there on the current student's website. You'll see that there's a link for registration, which outlines a huge amount of information that you need to know, as well as a link to student services, which outline the various support services around the university. It's a really good website and there's a huge amount of information there, so we would advise that you take a look at that if you are wondering about anything. There's loads of stuff on the key dates, particular dates that you need to complete things by. We also update news and alerts, and there's a step-by-step guide to registration on it as well. You'll also find a welcome booklet online. There's a hard copy of this, but there's also one online which is great because you can search through it. It's uc.ie/students/new students/index. You'll find loads of stuff in there on online registration. There's videos and campus tours. There's also links to the UCD Facebook and Instagram, as well as our Student Desk Twitter. And you can email all of this information to your friends, and you can actually outline what pages you want to send. So that's great as well for sharing with your friends. In relation to the Student Desk here, we have the Student Desk within the Tierney building and the fast track within the Tierney building as well. So the Student Desk is there to deal with your complicated queries, and the fast track is really for people who just require a bit of information, maybe directions. They can come in, and it's just in the foyer of the Tierney building here. They are both open from Monday to Friday, 9 to 4:30, and from orientation we open on Tuesdays and Wednesdays until 5:30. And then we have also operate a call center at this time of the year, so we hopefully will be getting all of your phone calls. That's from Monday to Friday, 9 to 4:30, but we do have to close it for lunch just in order to keep the staffing levels high enough to take all of your calls. There's also the online registration labs, which I've already mentioned, and once again they're over in the engineering building. So for any help or support with anything, do call in and see us. And just to highlight some of the online services that you can get, you'll be able to access your documents online, your certificate of attendance, for example, which is required for a lot of students for opening bank accounts and stuff like that. So you can get that online through SysWeb, ucd.ie/SysWeb, and you can just log in there and you'll see that you have access to a few documents. your certificate of attendance should be available to you once you've registered online. There's also a page called UView where you can view your full student record report in a single printable location. So that will have all of the various modules that you're registered to and a report on your fees as well.
Now, Susie looks after all the grants, all the new grants in Ireland for higher education now. So if you have any questions on your grant, you should contact Susie directly. They take care of all the administration and they contact UCD directly with all the students that have been approved for a grant. So you don't need to provide us with any grant-related documentation. And Susie will communicate directly with you on the status of your grant. So if you have any information that you need on that, you should look up the Susie website. The fees information, the most important date for you right now is this Sunday week, the 7th of September, and that is the deadline for the payment of your first instalment. And if you make that payment, then you'll be able to register and get your student card, the U card. The methods of payment are you can go online to your SysWeb account and you can pay by debit or credit card, or you can also request a gyro here. Just bear in mind that there may be a limit, a daily limit on your debit card, so it is best to check with your bank in advance to make sure that you have sufficient money on your account, or that the limit is high enough to make the required payment. If you don't make the appropriate payment, there are consequences. You won't be able to get your student card. The access to the library will be blocked, and also later on in the year you won't be able to access your exam results or transcripts, and if it goes on to the end of the year you won't be able to progress to the next year. And for final year students, you will be unable to graduate until all your fee balance has been paid. Here are some key dates for the upcoming month of September. By Friday, 5th of September, online registration closes, and that affects, that's actually more for undergraduate students for general electives. And then on Sunday, the 7th of September, as I already mentioned, this is the deadline for making your first instalment payment of fees. And then Friday, the 26th of September, module registration closes. And all these dates are available on the current students website on the key dates. That's the end of the presentation from us.
Yep.
Great, thank you. In terms of module registration, is that open now for graduate students? Is that a part of the registration process? They can do that now?
Yes, it will be. It is at the moment. It opened for graduate research students on the 12th of August, so they should be able to go online. And it opened for graduate research students as well. They just really need to go online and click the enter registration button to let us know that they're here. That's the most important thing for graduate research students. In relation to their actual registration, they should go and talk to the school because they'll be able to help them through that. Okay,
great. And for graduate taught students, are there, sorry, I'll just take, we have a query in from a Fiona Lacey. Who should we contact if we have trouble with the online payment facility?
You should contact the student desk through the student connector and outline what the issue is. There are frequently asked questions on the fees website which may cover the issue. It could be a limit, as I mentioned, on your debit card, that the bank only, some banks impose a €1,500 daily limit on the debit card. So it may be that. So the frequently asked questions may cover that, but if not, you could email through the student connector and we will get back to you then straight away, or well, as soon as we can.
Great, thanks Fiona. In terms of, I suppose, the fee payment dates, students will be coming in 2 semesters and 3 semester programs. Do they need to pay their fees all at once, or can they break that fee down into a number of semesters?
Yes, for graduate students on a 2-semester program, the first half of fees is due by the 7th of September, and then the second half, the remainder of the fees, is due by the 18th of January 2015. For students on a 3-semester program, it's 1/3 by the 7th of September, and then the second third by the 18th of January, and then the final payment is due on the 17th of May 2015.
Okay. And for those people on grant schemes, if the grant scheme doesn't come through on time, what will be the consequences, or what do they need to do?
Well, ideally the students should make the minimum payment, and then once we have received approval from the grant authority of the grant, we will make a refund to the student. But by making the payment, it ensures there's no delay in getting a student card or access to any of the facilities.
Okay. And for students coming on campus, where will they pick up their student card? Will they go to the student desk, or where can they pick it up?
Yeah, no, the student desk doesn't actually issue the cards themselves, so they can get their cards over in, I think it's Building 71, just beside the Quinn School, is where they can get them now. It's where the UCard bureau will be located for the period of time during registration. Then it moves back to its location beside the Reader's Cafe. So if they're here for orientation week or the first week of term, I think those are the 2 weeks that the UCard bureau will be in the Building 71 there beside the Quinn School, just in front of the new lake.
Oh, great. Cool. And for students that are registering for their modules, can they register now for all their modules, or do they register for some of them at Christmas time, or is everything registered for now?
We would advise that they register to all of their modules now, just to have everything outlined. There will be a change of mind window, but in the second semester, at the start of the second semester, but it would be better if they were to register to all the modules now for various reasons, including that the module can get full up, and they're just better off at this point to get in early in those modules.
Okay. Is there a minimum payment requirement?
Yes, for the 2-semester programs it is half, and for the 3-semester programs 1/3 is the minimum of the total fees.
Okay. And just a question on timetable. Would it be possible to get my timetable, as I need to know my days and I cannot access it from the registration system, as it says it is unavailable?
That's unusual. The only reason that it wouldn't be unavailable is perhaps if the registration to modules wasn't complete. But if there's an issue with scheduling or anything along those lines, you can get in touch with us at the student desk, either through the phone line or through the connector, and we'll look into it for you. But if it is an issue with scheduling, if there's no times associated with the modules that you're registered with, it could be that you need to go and talk to the school. But certainly come to us first and we'll be able to help you with that.
Okay. For PhD students, how are they going to register for their modules?
That will all be done locally at the school. So again, it's really important that they actually let us know that they're here by clicking the Enter Registration button, registration process button through SysWeb. But that's kind of where the online reg ends for them. They just need to click that button, and then they would go to the school, and the school should have either already or will then automatically register or manually register to their various modules.
Okay. Can I remind viewers, if you have questions, please enter those questions on the event page, and we will be able to take them and answer them directly now. So if you have questions, please enter them now. In terms of other services outside fees and registration queries, is there any other services that you'd like to outline that the student desk offers that may be of interest to graduate students?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, as I said, we do various document production here. So if you're a continuing student and you need a statement of results or anything along those lines, or a transcript, you can get your official documents here, as well as online through SysWeb. We offer form stamping services. So if there's any kind of form stamping forms that you require stamped for various reasons, some students require that, and they can come in here to the Tierney building as well and get that done. Mm-hmm. But really, at this time of the year, it's registration and fees that we're busiest with, and if at all possible, you're better off either phoning in or going through the connector. We are here to help. We have the fast track there as well for directions and stuff. So another thing, really, we often forget how big the campus is for new students. So if you're new to UCD as a graduate student and you're just trying to find your way, we'll certainly help you with that as well, and put you in touch with the people that you need to get in touch with.
Another thing I'd like to mention would be to remember to check your Connect emails, because we are always sending out useful information through the Connect email, whether it's fees information, registration information, or information on events going on around campus. So it's just important to remember to check that throughout the year regularly.
Okay, and that's the official method by which we will communicate all UCD related information.
Yeah.
Great. Just I wanted to bring students' attention, graduate students' attention to some of our other orientation events that are going on. On the Graduate Studies website, you will find a link to the current students page, and on that you will see a link to incoming students. There is information there for students on orientation, and many of the schools have posted information on orientation events that are taking place. But we also have an event coming up on the 24th of September, which is called Grads Connect. This is a physical event happening in the O'Brien Centre, the Science Centre, and that will take place between 5 p.m. and 7 p.m. So you're very welcome to come along and meet a number of representatives from services across UCD. There will also be light refreshments served, so please, we would love to welcome you, and we'll see you then. The International Office also have a graduate orientation event on the 23rd, so there's information about the orientation for international students on that page. Also, there's a link to all of the scheduled events that are taking place for international students. So I'll just hand you back to Jeremy and Lisa, and just if you have any other things that you'd like to add. I don't think we have any more questions in. If there are any questions, please submit them now. We'll be delighted to take them. Do you have anything else that you'd like to add at all? Are you? Are we good?
I suppose our main message from the student desk is, if you have a question, please do ask. We'll do our very best to get back to you as quickly as possible. We are obviously very busy at this time of the year, but we're doing quite well on getting back on emails and telephone calls. So, and even in at the desk, if you need to come in and talk to us, please do come in, because we're here to help.
Great. Listen, thank you very much, Jeremy and Lisa. It's been brilliant, and thank you for giving us an overview of the services offered by the student desk. There are links also on the event page provided by the student desk, so there's a range of services there that you can avail of. Thank you again, and we look forward to welcoming you to UCD.
Thank you.
Thanks.